So, good morning, everyone. Today, we all are aware that we are gathered over here for the expert lecture on climate change action in the state of Gujarat. And today, we all are gathered here to celebrate the discovery of the great Indian physicist Sir C.V. Raman. On this day in 1928, he invented the Raman effect, and by celebrating this day as a National Science Day, we show our dignity and respect to the famous Indian scientist for his contribution to the field of science. Raman effect explained the effect on the scattering of light when passing through the different materials. The main objective of the National Science Day is to bring the awareness to the people about the importance of the science, climate change in our daily life, and to encourage the people by popularizing the science and technology. Every year, the day is celebrated with a particular theme. This year, the theme of the National Science Day 2021 is Future of Science, Technology and its Impact on Education, Skills and Work. As a student or a teacher or a professor, it is our responsibility to honor the great man and his invention by contributing greatly to the field of science through various innovation and novelty ideas. I wish all the science enthusiastic the very best to enhance their scientific zeal. So on behalf of Civil Engineering Department, Dr. SNSS Gandhi, Government Engineering College, Surat, I would like to welcome all the participants for the expert lecture on climate change action in the state of Gujarat. And today we have the eminent speaker, Shri Shwetal Shah sir, who is a technical advisor in climate change department, Government of Gujarat. Before starting with the session, I would like to introduce our today's speaker. Mr. Shwetal Shah is the technical advisor, climate change department for the Government of Gujarat, India. He works for the state of Gujarat in various climate policies, adaptation, and mitigation strategy and climate finance. He has been instrumental in drafting renewable energy policies, state action plan on climate change, creation of covenant of mayors of Gujarat, promotion of electric vehicles in Gujarat, and state-wide climate change awareness campaign. He is qualified in MTech Energy Management and MSc in Environmental Management from Forest Research Institute, University, FRI, Dehradun. Earlier, during 2010 to 2011, he was the Chief Minister's Fellow under the Chief Minister and now Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, and worked on crucial issues: resource conservation, waste management, renewable energy, marine debris, and green buildings. He is a visiting faculty at School of Liberal Studies, SLS, Pandit Deen Dayal Petroleum University, PDPU. He has delivered more than 100 talks and presentations on various issues of climate change, environmental management, disaster management in United Nations, universities, conferences, seminar, both at national and international level. He has also written papers on carbon neutral town concept, vision for sustainable development goal 2030, district adaptation framework, climate change action plan, and etc. He has been trained as climate leader by former US Vice President Mr. A.L. Gore in Los Angeles during 2018. So on behalf of Civil Engineering Department, Dr. SNSS Gandhi, Government Engineering College, Surat, I would like to welcome our today's speaker, Shri Shwetal Shah, and also would like to thank for accepting our invitation for delivering this expert lecture on a very vast topic, that is the climate change action in the state of Gujarat. Now I request Shwetal Shah sir to start his session.
Uh, Thank you, Professor Darshan Mehta. Uh, I also convey my wishes on the occasion of National Science Day to every one of you. And as we are aware that today this day is celebrated as the tribute to the great scientist C.V. Raman uh, for his contribution uh, through the innovation of Raman effect. Uh, so my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay,
Just do the slide, sir.
sure. So
So, sir, your screen is not visible, sir. Someone has shared the screen. That's why. I request all the participants, please don't click on present screen. If you click on present screen, then you won't be able to see the screen of our speaker. Sir, just click again on present screen.
uh, Mr. Some Suresh has started.
So now, okay. Now just share your screen.
Okay.
Yes, perfect. Yes, sir.
So today is not the say the birth anniversary or death anniversary of Professor Raman, but today is the day of invention that he has presented to the world. So this is the beauty of 28th February. I'm happy that all of you have spared your Sunday morning in this interesting and upcoming topic of climate change actions. Because just day before yesterday, the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change released one more assessment that how we are heading to the say impact of global warming and climate change by 2030. So they have found that the present commitment and present action by various countries towards climate change adaptation and mitigation are not up to the mark in order to really say uh, reduce the temperature rise by 1.5 degrees centigrade by 2030. So definitely, it is the indication that we require to do more if we want to really ensure that global warming do not happen beyond a limit, and we make our planet healthy and livable for generations to come. So it is the duty of every nation, every state, every citizen, every individual, every industry, every business, and all of us to really work hard on the issue of climate change mitigation as well as adaptation. And being the developing country and being the one of the largest populous country of the world, and also the largest democracy, the role of our country is emerging day by day in global climate actions. And we have been able to demonstrate some of the key initiatives through success stories which create a win-win situation for all stakeholders. And as you all are aware, Gujarat is westernmost state of India and having around uh, 5% of population, 6% of the area of entire country, and around 8.5% contribution to India's GDP. Gujarat is a key progressive state, and working very hard on the issue of climate change since 2009, when we started a dedicated climate change department, first time ever at the subnational level, not only in India but in entire Asia. So the state government is moving towards climate change action or sustainable pathway by having a vision of building a sustainable and climate resilient future of the people of the state. We are enabling a low carbon pathway for Gujarat's economic growth that would meet people's aspiration with equity and inclusiveness, because it is important for emerging economy to give employment and all civic amenities and facility to every citizen. And we are a very populous country with a young population age, so we require to create infrastructure, we require to invest into our core sectors like energy, transport, building airports, seaport, railway stations, railway network, metros, smart cities. So these are all priority. At the same time, we also require to ensure that our environment and our climate change is safeguarded, because our state is, though having low forest cover, but very rich in biodiversity. So we require to conserve our flora and fauna. We have huge coastline of 1600-kilometer length, which is the highest in the country. So we also require to safeguard our mangroves and marine environment. At the same time, we require to also use this uh, marine resource as a source of economic growth, because all landlocked North India states are connected to the world by using the port facility in Gujarat. So the climatic pattern of the state is also very diverse. We have South Gujarat districts where rainfall is plenty, whereas we have Kutch district, which is the largest district of the country and having the less rainfall as compared to other district, and even not enough to fulfill the requirement of agriculture, animal husbandry, and other water requirement in the Kutch district. So the climatic variation is very huge in Gujarat, and also we have a variety of physio geographic conditions in the state. So we have desert, we have coastal areas, we have somewhat hilly areas in the eastern part of the state, and we have plains in the north and central part of the state. We are also contributing a lot in terms of milk production, in terms of the production of cotton and groundnut. Then we also have some of the key crops for grains and millets and other important food items. And we are having a growth rate in terms of the population. Generally, we receive a rainfall in just 3 months for entire year. Therefore, we require to conserve water a lot.
Shwetal bhai,
Yes,
are you changing your slide or you are on first slide?
I'm changing. Is it
No,
not
sir.
visible?
No, sir. Sir, we all the participants just now it's changed. Yes. Sir, do the on slideshow.
Yeah, but when I'm doing this slideshow, I think I think this is visible, then it's okay.
Yes, yes, it is. Now it is visible. You are on slide number 6, Gujarat climate vulnerabilities.
Yeah, I was constantly changing slides.
Okay, okay. No, no. Now it's changed, but previously only first slide is only visible.
Okay. Uh, so shall I continue like this, or I should do a slide show?
No, no. You can continue like this. Not an issue.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh, so basically, I was explaining the climate vulnerability of the state because of its very nature. At the same time, the climate change impacts because of the global warming are also visible on the state of Gujarat, and therefore we are experiencing significant warming in latter part of the last century, and continuously in these 2 decades of this century. So already we have observed that 1 degree centigrade increase in average annual temperature is there in all the seasons, and mainly in the summer season. So uh, 1 degree centigrade has already increased, and that has started showing its large impacts on the uh, biological systems. So having this scenario in the reference, we are trying to make policies and programs in accordance, so that we can address the issue of climate change adaptation, which is highly required in our state. At the same time, we are also choosing a development pathway in which we can have climate change mitigation actions as well. So our department is working with this philosophy and this scientific background, and we have limited legal framework as of now available in the country for climate change. However, we have many national and international commitments, and I think India is the only country which is going aggressively in its nationally determined contributions to the Paris Agreement of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And uh, I am happy to share that even in the uh, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, which is working as a scientific body to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, and publishing reports and reviews regularly on certain time interval. And so far, they have published 5 detailed assessment report on various issues of climate change, and in its 5th assessment report, they have clearly indicated Gujarat model as one of the key model globally at the subnational level. So subnational level activities of Gujarat are also recognized by IPCC in its 5th assessment report. IPCC will now come with the 6th assessment report, probably in the present year of 2021. I was also looking at the India's biennial update report, which published on 20th February. That is last week only. And in that report also, they have highlighted that how India is working comprehensively on its nationally determined contribution. So climate change department is coordinating both at state and national level for such policy support. We are encouraging research and development. We are encouraging utilization of green technology in particularly mainly in energy sector, in water sector, in energy efficiency sector, in industry, and also in now transport sector, wherein we are introducing electric vehicles. We are also working on evolving new strategies for environmental conservation, education, awareness, and capacity building of the people of the state are very important exercise that we require to do for climate change, because this is a new phenomena which is very important for all of us to understand and to be in sync with this phenomena in overall development of our state and our sustaining our economic growth. And we are also promulgating policies for renewable energy sources. So to work on this mandate, it is important to have strategy of people's participation, mobilizing private investment, and required policy measures and public investment by the state government. So we are creating competencies among various line department of the state government who are working in sector of agriculture, sector of water and water resources, then energy, transportation, urban development, rural development, tribal development. So all these departments are also coordinating with the climate change department to make sure that activities in their particular domain also get covered with the climate change initiatives. We are generating strategic knowledge for informed decision making, and for that we have strategic partnerships with various national and international organizations. We are working very closely with Swiss Development Agency, European Union, uh, and various other such international organizations, also various bodies of United Nations like United Nations Development Program. We are working with German cooperation. We are working with United Nations Environment Program. So all this brings some expertise and knowledge to the state in these domains. We are sharing best practices from these organizations. Then mitigation of greenhouse gases emission, we are working very comprehensively. And as you might be aware that our Honorable Chief Minister announced in September 2019 that Gujarat will have no new coal-based power plant. We will only uh, run the present installed capacity of our conventional power plants, and then we will try to obsolete those conventional plants, and will only bring new renewable energy uh, plants in operation. And for this commitment towards climate change mitigation, one more step has been taken in December 2020, wherein our Prime Minister has laid foundation stone of world's largest wind solar hybrid energy park in Kutch district. This plant will have 30 gigawatt of capacity, and it will be established on a very barren sort of land in the farthest area of the Kutch district, and this will enable us in moving more towards renewable energy. At the same time, we are also working on energy storage, so that through battery solutions we can also store energy, and as and when required we can supply energy to our different activities. We are also minimizing risk and risk through planning of adaptation. We are empowering communities. So there are several schemes which are going on for those communities which require more hand holding and more support, like vulnerable communities, communities who live near coastal areas, communities which are dependent directly on natural resources, like those community we are associated with agriculture and animal husbandry. Also we are working for the tribal people. So all these communities almost happens to be 50% of our entire population, which require to be safeguarded from various natural disasters, which are having more frequencies and intensity now due to climate change, like disaster of heat wave, disaster of flood. So these communities are required to be supported. Then we are also creating public awareness and education in this direction. And as I told, we have created various policies to support this initiative and to mainstream renewable energy in long run. So under various joint initiative of various department of the state government, we have been able to successfully run various renewable energy policies like solar policy, wind policy, waste to energy policy, wind solar hybrid policy. And we are also having some of the great demonstration of use of clean energy sources, like use of cleaner fuel, like compressed natural gas. So we have one of the largest infrastructure for gas supply to various our industry and household requirements. So almost 75% of districts of Gujarat are now covered with natural gas supply through pipeline network, and we are increasing our dependence on such cleaner fuel. Our industry are adopting these cleaner fuels. Similarly, we have one of the world's largest water grid infrastructure through Sardar Sarovar Narmada project, and also various other micro irrigation projects and check dams across the state, so that we can harvest the naturally available water resources. And Gujarat is one of the leading state in rejuvenating its groundwater level. There are very few states in the country who can who have really been able to demonstrate the improvement in groundwater level. And we can say that Gujarat has successfully demonstrated this thing. So if we talk about various nationally determined contribution of India, then we can clearly see that how ambitious these NDCs are. And uh, in the Paris Agreement, our NDCs are considered to be one of the most comprehensive nationally determined contribution as compared to even various advanced countries and various developed countries. So we have a sustainable way of living in India because of our traditions, the civilization of our country, which is going as back to the Lothal and Hadappa in Gujarat, particularly, where we have the remains of those civilizations. And since then, we have developed the culture of and values of conservation and moderation. So how we can further propagate these healthy practices which we have inherited since long, and how we can live further with such uh, value based system wherein we conserve resources, we use less resources in living our life safely and sustainably. Then we are also adopting a climate friendly and cleaner path than the one followed hitherto by other corresponding level of economic development. So we really want to achieve economic development, not at the cost of the our common climate or our environment, because climate is one resource which is common for every country having its presence on this planet, because there is no border to our atmosphere. Our gases are common. So where if we even emit from one place, it may have impact to the entire globe. So we have to work very comprehensively and with cooperation. And every country, every member of the United Nation, every state, every sub-national level government, even at the governance level of the panchayat and the municipalities, we will have to work comprehensively for these actions. So we have also decided that we will reduce emission intensity of our GDP by one third as compared to 2005 level by 2030. So we are bringing down the emission per unit of our GDP. So for that, we are bringing new technologies. We are enhancing our performance of our uh, energy sector and our industry. There used to be a huge losses of electricity in grid infrastructure, and we really have been able to uh, lessen it very significantly, in particularly in Gujarat. And also now our all our discoms, all our energy distribution companies are ranked as A and A plus level in country, and they are improving their performance every time. And now other states, other discoms of our country are also following the efficiency level that is been achieved by uh, Gujarat Urja Vikas Nigam Limited, Juvenile, and all its discom. So that will really make a big contribution to such targets, wherein we required to show our reduction in our emission intensity. So electricity is one of the key sectors. Similar is with the transport sector. We have adopted new standards in our new vehicles, and we are also now bringing vehicle scrap policy, which will uh, uh, which will also support the enhancement of the performance of the vehicles. Then we also have a very ambitious target of 40% cumulative electric power installed capacity from non-fossil fuel based energy sources by 2030, with the help of transfer of technology and low cost international finance, including finances from Green Climate Fund and various other sources. So, in terms of the installed capacity, we also have the ambition of installing 450 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2030 and 175 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2022. Because of the COVID situation in 2020, there is slum, say, some reduction in the growth rate of renewable energy installation has happened, but still we have overachieved our earlier target for 2020, and we have already reached to the level of around 80 to 85 gigawatt of renewable energy installed capacity, and hopefully by the end of 2022 we will achieve this 175 gigawatt target. And definitely we will achieve our national target of 450 gigawatt of renewable energy, mostly by 2030. But as far as the performance of the state of Gujarat is concerned, we have overachieved our renewable energy target of 2022 in 2020 itself, in terms of wind energy installation. And in solar energy, we have target of 8 gigawatt, and already we have crossed the halfway mark, and mostly we will achieve our 8 gigawatt target in solar also by 2022. Then our forestry targets are also very important in our nationally determined contribution, and Gujarat is doing well in social forestry and mangrove restoration and mangrove enhancement. And we have but very less forest cover in our state. We have only 9 to 10% of our entire area of the state under the forest, and we require to do a lot in terms of the uh, tree plantation and carbon sink development in our cities because of our infrastructure projects. We are required to plant more trees or compensate those trees which have been uh, uh, fell because of these developmental activities, and also to have various other co-benefits of tree plantation, because it helps in many things apart from serving as carbon sink, but it also habitates biodiversity and also give many other ecosystem services. So we require to support the plantation activity to better adapt to climate change by enhancing investment in development programming sector vulnerable to climate change, particularly agriculture, water resources, coastal regions, health and disaster management. We require to mobilize investment and technology transfer. And also, we are building capacities and creating domestic framework and international architecture for quick diffusion of cutting edge climate technology in India, and for joint collaborative R&D for such future technologies. So these are the brief about India's uh, outline of nationally determined contribution. And if you wish to see the progress of every sector, I suggest you to go through this biennial update report published by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, and submitted to UNFCCC on 28th February, just before few days from today. Uh, we also have a national action plan on climate change, and our state action plan is in sync with the national action plan. We have various missions under the national action plan, and we have actually given, say, uh, more coverage than even national missions in our state action plan, and therefore we have various thematic areas in our state action plan on climate change. And now we have also updated this state action plan on climate change, and also uh, given it to the national government for their review. So in adaptation, we have some important priority sectors like water resources, agriculture, disaster management, coastal regions, livelihood, biodiversity, forest sector, infrastructure, and health sector. So in all these sectors, we are working comprehensively so that we achieve the required state of environment or state of climate actions, and also to create really adaptive capabilities and resilience of our population. Because when we started the discussion of climate change, uh, we found that the impacts of climate change are sometimes permanent on some of the natural systems. So uh, we require some permanent change to those people who are getting impacted from those climate change impacts. And for that, we have also started working on climate justice, because those people who are not responsible for climate change are suffering because of the impacts of climate change. So we require to give justice to those people through doing extra work for them. We also have brought various schemes and programs in the state government, and residential solar rooftop is one of the uh, very good success story of the state of Gujarat. Other Indian states are far behind Gujarat in terms of implementation of residential solar rooftop. We have already covered around 1,75,000 houses with residential solar rooftop system. Still, we have a very huge potential. We can cover more than 25 lakh houses in Gujarat with residential solar rooftop. So that this is just a figure, so we can understand what is the scale. And still, Gujarat is number one in residential solar rooftop since last 4 years. So there is still huge potential in other states too. Gujarat has done well and more in residential rooftop, and our this scheme is very popular, and whoever has taken benefit of this scheme can see the reduction in their uh, monthly or bi-monthly light bill. And I have found many people who are now solely dependent on solar rooftop and not required to pay more to discom for their energy need. So as an investment also, this is a very good case study of sustainable development, wherein you also achieve net carbon neutrality, and also get economic benefit of your investment in solar rooftop. We are also working on various other schemes like battery operated two-wheelers and e-rickshaws. We are giving uh, support to various people for uh, having this two-wheeler and three-wheelers. Like, we are giving subsidy of rupees 12,000 to those people, the to basically school and college going students. So if they want to purchase a two-wheeler, we give 12,000 rupees subsidy, and we have target of 10,000 students every year. Then we are also giving 48,000 rupees subsidy for those who want to purchase electric three-wheeler, and we have a provision for 5,000 such three-wheeler in our annual budget. We are also installing improved crematoria in gram panchayats, which helps in saving wood, which is required for the uh, antim vidhi of the dead bodies. Then we are also installing energy efficient lightings and fans in our government schools. We are conducting energy audits, and I really welcome the government engineering colleges to do promote energy audits in industry and various buildings, so that students get also exposure to what are the measures and things, and through walkthrough audits and detailed investment grade audits, the other people also get its benefit. So I told already about these electric vehicle subsidy schemes. Then, if we talk about renewable energy, then we have a huge potential in the state of Gujarat for solar and wind energy, and we are trying to harness this potential. And we have already achieved some 12,000 megawatt of installed capacity through renewable energy in Gujarat, and which happens to be more than one third of our total installed capacity. And we have also been able to fulfill our renewable purchase obligation as government discoms. Uh, so I think I have covered the major part of the activities that we do undertake. These are some of the photographs of the installation of solar systems on various ways, like mounting on government buildings, on residential buildings, and also on uh, canal top. So we are the first state to install canal top solar plants in entire world, in fact, and Honorable United Head of the United Nations inaugurated it in 2015 in Vadodara, where we have 10 megawatt of canal top solar rooftop. Then we are also pioneer in terms of the development of solar parks. So we have already demonstrated that how barren land can be developed, and we also have the huge energy grid which is required to support such infrastructure. So government has mobilized investment and facilitation in these areas. So this canal top power plant also have many benefits. Uh, so I think this is the photograph of the water grid. So how we are catering to more than 13,000 villages through tap water supply, and all our cities, around 160 cities to this tap water supply. And Nal Se Jal Yojana, we are working aggressively so that people have fresh water available for drinking and the use. And we also are leading in Swachh Bharat mission. We are also having now waste to energy plants at various locations in the state, wherein we are converting energy from the municipal solid waste, and we are giving the viability gap funding to those projects through financing. And we are purchasing, the government is also purchasing the power produced from such waste to energy plant at the cost of around 7 rupees. So it provides incentive and scientific disposal of the municipal solid waste. Uh, we also have one of the good demonstration project of National Adaptation Fund for Climate Change in the Kutch district, and we have demonstrated how to identify vulnerable people and how to give hand holding to them and how to mainstream them by intervention. And within 3 years, they really see a change in their life. So through very scientific approach of climate projects, we can really help those people who are vulnerable. Thank you all for giving attention.
Thank you, Shwetal bhai, for your informative session regarding the climate change action. Now the platform is open for all the participants. If you want to ask any kind of questions or queries, you can write in the chat box. Either you can unmute yourself. One of the question in the chat box, that what about the power station for charging EV?
We are having a scheme for